guys, it's Steebity Gamer Girl here. Welcome back to my channel. So I posted 2 videos so far about what your Baldur's Gate 3 romance says about you. The first one was like all the normal characters, you know, the normal companions that you can romance. And the last one I did was some of the more notable NPCs or companions that you can't romance, but I just said, you know, what it would say about you if you wanted to romance them. On my last video, some of you guys left some comments requesting some more NPCs, and some of these NPCs now are getting really unhinged, so I thought I'd make like a third part for all of the unhinged characters that you guys might want to romance and what it says about you, basically. So let's start with Zrel, who you meet in Moonrise Towers. I mean, honestly, out of the unhinged characters, she's not as bad as some of the others. I think if you romance Zrel, you are definitely more of a lust person over love, because Zrel basically hits on you right away as soon as she meets you. She knows nothing about you because she kind of like lusts over your power, and you're tied to the absolute. So I think that's the kind of vibe that you enjoy if you go for Zrel. I think you also enjoy playing with power dynamics in the relationship, because honestly, when I was with Zrel, I couldn't really tell like if she had the power or if I had the power, like who was a little bit more dominant. So I think like you like power play if you want to romance Zrel. And I also feel like you like brutal honesty in your partner, like you like being told the full truth. Because in Moonrise Towers, even though we were trying to hide our thoughts from Zrel, like I feel like she personally gave off a really brutally honest vibe, and she wanted the truth from you as well. So I feel like you like that in a partner if you wanted to go for Zrel. Okay, now let's talk about Volo, which again, he's a little bit more normal. But he's an interesting one to even want to romance. I think if you like Volo, you find awkwardness kind of cute and endearing rather than off-putting. Like if you go on a first date and the vibes are a little bit awkward, you actually are into that rather than being like, I'm never seeing this person again. I also think that you like taking risks, because chances are if you do like Volo like that, you probably let him experiment on your eye to the point where you got that eye that can see invisibility, which is a very risky thing to do because you could kind of clearly tell he didn't know what he was talking about. So if you took that chance with him, I feel like you like taking risks for sure. I also feel like you kind of go for the more kind, genuine-hearted, sweet person over, you know, the bad boy or bad girl, because Volo just gives me really genuine, authentic vibes, and he's not really, I don't know how to say it, he's not a very alpha dominant type. Like he just seems really sweet and kind. All right, now it's gonna start to get a little bit more unhinged. Barcus Wroot, I don't even understand. Like, this is not even a character that had crossed my mind to romance. But, you know, now that I think about it, I can kind of see that. Like, I mean, you initially save him from the windmill, or you get him killed. But I imagine if you want to romance him, you would save him. If you want to romance Barcus, I think you're someone that values loyalty, because as soon as you kind of initially meet him and save him, he talks about how he's been looking for his friend who was taken to Moonrise. So obviously he's a loyal friend if he's following through on looking for his missing friend. I also think that you like a partner who can and will take leadership in certain situations if you want them or need them to. Because in Act 3, you know, if you pass certain persuasion checks, you can persuade Barcus to lead the Iron Hand gnomes instead of Wulbren. So I feel like he definitely shows some good leadership qualities there. If you want to romance Barcus, I also think you're pretty sympathetic and will go out of your way to help others, and also to show them that the world is not always bad, because, I mean, saving him from the windmill, you definitely have to fight a bunch of goblins and go out of your way to do that. And when you initially save him, he's very skeptical, thinking that you have some ulterior motives, and you can basically show him like, no, I just wanted to help you. I don't actually want anything from you, type of thing. So I think you're a pretty sympathetic person if you did save him, particularly if you want to romance him. Okay, so next we have Lump the Enlightened, like the actual troll from Blighted Village. Oh my gosh. So, first of all, what the heck, but I'm not judging here. I think if you want to romance Lump, you appreciate loyalty because that's kind of the nature of the contract that you make with him, like promising that you'll pay him for, you know, coming and helping you in your time of need. I also think that your personality over looks, like you prefer someone to have personality more than you care about their looks, and you also care about their intelligence more than their looks. Because, I mean, come on, Lump is a troll, but he is highly emotionally intelligent compared to other trolls. Okay, next we have the Absolute. Well, if you want to romance the Absolute, I can't help but feel you're probably quite manipulative, because the Absolute does manipulate you quite a bit to get you to the end of the game, and if you're okay with that, I feel like you also would do that in turn. I also think that you want to be in a power couple, because definitely ruling the world with the Absolute as a couple gives me power couple vibes. I also think you're not the one who would go for the nice guy or the nice girl, but you definitely go for the bad boy or bad girl because, come on, it's the Absolute. Like, it's the person that everybody fears and everybody's manipulated by, and you're attracted to that. So you definitely like a little bit of toxicity and spice in your life. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, next we have Nine Fingers Keene, which I'm not gonna lie, I had to look up who this was because I kind of forgot. I don't know why, I just didn't pay that much attention to her. But once I saw it, I remembered who it was, and I did a little bit of research about her as well, like about her being the leader of the guild. If you want to romance Nine Fingers Keene, I think you like confidence in your partner, because she definitely gives me like strong woman, boss bitch vibes. I also think that you don't necessarily think there's a clear-cut difference between being good and being evil. Like, you're okay with things being a little bit morally gray, and you think even bad actions can have good intentions behind them, because she is obviously a criminal. I mean, she's the leader of the guild, but she, at the same time, she doesn't necessarily have all bad intentions. Like, you can see like the good aspects of her, and I think you appreciate strong women figures in your life. And I also think that you think people are more than just their mistakes, and they always can have a good side even if they've made a lot of mistakes or bad choices in their lives. Okay, now for Sazza, which is an interesting one for sure. She's the goblin that you can save near the beginning of the game in Emerald Grove. But I think if you want to romance Sazza, you're definitely a forgiving person and you like helping people. Because when you first come across her, like, you don't know too much about the situation, but trying to protect her right away definitely gives off the vibe that you're, you know, a caring person and you really are helpful. I also think that if you like Sazza, who is definitely not a good person overall, but will be loyal to you if you do save her generally. So I think that you'll forgive your partner for things that they do wrong against other people, as long as they're loyal to you. So you will appreciate your partner's loyalty and kind of overlook anything that they do against anyone else that you may not 100% agree with. And last but not least, we have Auntie Ethel, which obviously you have a thing for older women. If you don't have a thing for older women, I don't understand how you would ever even start to like her. And I also think you probably like some banter and just like funny moments in your relationship, because as evil and crazy as Auntie Ethel is, I do find her character kind of funny. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but when you have that initial battle with her, like when Marina's in the cage, sometimes she'll say some really funny insults. Like, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but it was something like, she told Will, like, no wonder you have one eye or something. I don't know. That whole thing just made me laugh. So she just gives me like the vibe that if you were in a relationship with her, it would actually be a really fun, unserious relationship, which is a good vibe, honestly. I also think that you probably like trolling people a little bit because she definitely gives me trolling vibes. Like she'll kind of gaslight you, manipulate you. And I think that if you're into that, you probably reflect some of that personality yourself a little bit and find it funny to troll. Okay, anyways, I think that's enough NPCs for today. If you guys have any other video ideas about Baldur's Gate in general that I could do similar to this, definitely let me know. If you have any more NPC requests, let me know. I feel like it's gonna start getting more and more and more unhinged until we're like, what it says about your personality if you want to romance the beholder. Something like that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.